Okay, you guys wanted it. Here you have a video of me covering the nations in the antebellum run. Let's get started. And see how we're doing. So, you're sitting on corruption. We don't do that here. You read that out instantly. Yep, there you go. You have some inflation, whatever. You don't have the Renaissance yet, and you are up to date on Miltech. That's great. You don't have ideas. I mean, only tribes. Some of the diet. What do you need to do? What? Unite the carnage? Oh no. Anyway, stability cost modifier, but it shows a discipline. Interesting. I mean, like, there's not a lot going wrong here. Govern capacity? Why would you give that out? You don't need it. Also, you could be getting milk points from these guys, right? Add loyalty, estate, nomadic, tribes. Can I get milk points from these guys? Apparently not. Holy shit, that bad. Anyway, so country is behind on admin ideas, and it's not running a Diplo advisor. Your gold mine is at 10 def, and it has the right religion. Yes, 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 this is great. Autonomy decreased. I like to see that way. You have some forts. Don't really know what they do for you. I guess you force battles on flatland terrain. I guess that's decent. You can go east very easily. How's your trade? Your trade is scuffed, right? I have decent control of Samarkand. There's your capital. Capital is in Kapchak, and which is the main trading city, and it's in the node, but doesn't have a center of trade. Okay. Why are you losing money? Because you're running a merc company. Okay, and you're running out corruption, which comes from unbalanced research, overextension, and you have zero data. Okay. So when corruption goes away, it should be fine. I mean, it's actually not too bad. Like, the major issue is the missing of admin tech here. That's really bad. And you should be running that advisor. Have a decent heir, decent ruler, decent consort. If your ruler dies. What's your vassals like? I mean, huh? You can see the Shahi. 22 def and Gorn 9 def. Yeah, you should have been vassal feeding more. Ah, this is your vassal. Yeah, you should, like, you've caught so much stuff yourself. Like, you caught all of this yourself. Like, what you can do is you take land, you raise the province, and then you release a vassal there to court for you. So you save that admin mana, so you actually can catch up the tech. You're focusing admin, I think that's correct choice. What's your cavalry to infantry ratio? It's 100%. That's very neat for you. So right now you are fielding infantry and cavalry. You should only field cavalry, honestly. Even though it's more expensive, it will be way more effective because your CCAA is 35%. So your nation is like, I wouldn't say delete the infantry, but every new unit you build is cavalry. And once you hit the manpower cap, which is quite high, you start deleting your infantry and replacing them with cav. Let's look at the Shapovich. Also not making money, also not rooting out that corruption. That's really disgusting corruption. We're getting mana, not getting mana here. I think you should definitely be getting more from these estates. There's so much good stuff you're not getting. Religious culture is amazing. Don't be aware that costs Crownland. This one is gonna be really good once you start building temples. This one can give you some advisors, and not too amazing. This one is quite good. Reform progress is really good. This just gives some influence. This gives prestige from. Yes, I definitely think you should be giving out the development. Temples also gives a lot of loyalty. And if you're struggling with religion, enforce unity of faith will help you. Yeah, so there's definitely stuff you're not getting there. Also the same for nobility. This one is amazing. Yeah, armor tradition decay will basically result you have like 4% more morale in battles, I think. At the start of any war. right now you're losing 2 a year. If we do this, we lose 1.5 a year. You could also do the advisor cost, though it's nerfed. Prestige decay also, like right now you're losing 3 a month. With this you would only be losing 2.5. So you keep staying high prestige, more and more out of armies. You can also have this one, the safety mill miner, because you take the general here. So yeah, definitely think you should be giving more out here. The burgers looks alright, have the open spot for, I mean, except that you have like, you don't have this one, you don't have the Diplo points. This one is also quite decent. Yeah, I don't think the patronage of the arts is that good, because it takes off slots from this one. And you also always want an empty slot to take control over monetary policy, so you can get the interest random, so you can take way more loans. In the case of Death War. This one is also quite decent. Provincial trade power modifier plus 50%. That's a lot of trade power. This one, like the construction cost, is really amazing. So yeah, I don't agree with these choices. You can get much more from this. Also, plus 10% tax is a bit of money. Yeah, it's like 1 ducat a month you can get from that. But do keep aware, you need an open slot here. I guess your trade is decent. Actually, your control over Persia is shit. I should control over Persia shit. Light ships here because this is a thing. Interesting. And you have negative 24% because you're collecting from not a main trade city. So where's your main trade city? It's down here, which is a node that flows into it. So while you can do this, you have your capital here. So if you move your capital, your trading city, if you haven't moved your trade city and you move your capital, the trade city follows. But you can also just move your trade city, which costs Diplo points, which you have decent abundance of. How's the institution going for you? You got it in the capital area, so that's decent, and you like the ideas, but else you are going fine. 25 ducats, of course, decent. You are also not running a dip advisor. Did you decrease autonomy? You can decrease autonomy a lot everywhere. It will give you more rebels, but who the fuck cares? You're capping on mill points. You're focusing on admin because you need to get this tech. And main mistake here is likely not doing more vessels instead of coring everything yourself, because you only started with this. You cored all of this. Instead, if you got a vassal fed and integrated that vassal, and then you've used your dip points, which even though you don't have the privilege and don't have the advisors, still are swimming in because you haven't used anything for anything else than teching. Also, I think you have a bit of an overabundance of forts. Fort maintenance 7 ducats, like nearly a third of your income goes to fort maintenance. There's like flatland forts, like this one doesn't serve like these two doesn't really serve that defensive purpose. This one also doesn't. The glad fort is amazing, but like you have 3 flatland forts that you could just delete and save money. Shirvan Ilkhanate is independent and allied with you. I think that's a mistake because the monument up here is what makes your religion good. Yeah, so definitely decent looking country, some small missteps, but not too bad. I mean, do you need this fleet ever? 2 heavy ships, but this is an inland sea. The only reason you'd be needing this fleet is to take the Hormuz fort, so I think you should delete this. Also, if you don't have fleet maintenance up, your protecting trade won't do shit. So yeah, I think just deleting this entire fleet. Like maybe kill Hormuz, vassalize them, and then delete the fleet. But this fleet is just wasting your money, because reliably you're never gonna use a fleet. Like like the point of using a fleet in this region is pointless, except the strait. Okay, let me see on Scanderbeg. What else is played? Um, there's an easy way I can see this because the flags are just URSHP, right? Yeah. And we have that's a grey horde QQT tag QQT Karakitai. Oh, this is also a player. Interesting. You also not we're not doing corruption here. Estates are an absolute mess. Watch for my comments on the previous nations because this is not the way to get most out of your estate. Like you're lacking bonuses, you can get far more trade efficiency, you can get dev cost, you can get land maintenance. Like you're lacking so much from these guys. Your tech is really bad. At least you have the Renaissance because you likely dev'd it, I guess. Yeah. You dev'd it in mountains. You madman. Like mountain has a plus 35 development cost modifier. You have grasslands up here. Like, dev it in the grasslands. Oh god, this is a lot of waste of monarch points. Well, at least you're up to date on that. You're not running advisors. You should disinherit this heir instantly because he's a dum-dum. Yeah, you are a tribal nation. Yeah, okay, you can go horde if you want to. Your trade is like shit because human is shit node and Samarkand is your ally. Great horde. Is ally to him, right? No, you're not. I mean, was this even player control? I guess a bit of deving. Oh god. Yeah, run those advisors, root out that corruption, try to fix this nation. Okay, there's NCA, that's Nicaea, and Nicaea is dead, right? Take NCA. Yeah, Nicaea seems pretty dead. Can do any coalition. Innovative ideas. Interesting. I wouldn't go that starter. I mean, these estates here looks okay-ish. Still could get more bonuses from here, like the army tradition decay. You could also get stuff here. This is your vassal, but yeah, you start with this, so you basically lost the war. I don't think this is played anymore. It's dead. Connacht, okay, I'm not going for that. Check, go. Japan, it just visited there. I'm not gonna look in that. Take ABS, opposites. Oh, it's done here. I mean, did you play as Nisevich or? And you are bankrupt. I guess Celtics killed this nation. Arms, we're not going there yet. Tag any. Isn't that? Tag any. I mean, with only 5,000 mana generated, I guess it's dead. It has 7 development. Yeah, we're not going for that. Okay, so Celtics is played. You have corruption. You're going bankrupt. Possibly, yeah. I think you're going bankrupt. You have rebels. You have estates. You could definitely be giving out more stuff to these guys. Make them more happy. Get more bonuses. Supremacy of the crown makes them all more happy and all more influential, so get more bonuses. That's really good. That's one of the best ones because what this does is basically granting you 5 privileges. So you can take Rights of the Council, gives 10/10. You can also take Supremacy over the Crown, gives even less absolutism, and you get diets, like even when this is on cooldown. So and it gives like the 10% loyalty and influence for every state. So it's basically 5 times as good as this one. Even more because you also get the edict out of time. So with the nobility, there's never a reason to take rights of council over supremacy over the crown. It's just so good. Like, it gives influence and loyalty to them all. Yes, you likely going bankrupt. Right, 19 loans, you're losing 30 ducats. So what you do at this point is root out the corruption. Because you might as well spend your money before you go bankrupt, because you still have 1,500 ducats. Also, you have a lot of forts, my dude. A lot of them in not defensible terrain. You are paying 12 ducats for fort maintenance. Like, that's an insane amount. You're a bit behind here. It doesn't have the admin tech 5 because you again caught everything yourself. You can see it here, core construction. Instead, you could have released Xavier, vessel fed them all this, had a big vessel, use your diplo points, which you are more ahead on time on, and not that important because you don't get the new idea groups. Use those to integrate them then, and you wouldn't have been spending that much admin. Yeah, your navy should likely be big, but there's no need to keep 2 lightships in here, but I guess that doesn't really matter. You're building Spineberg on Byzantium, I guess. Are you afraid of Bulgaria? You then possibly counter-espionage him, and like if you bankrupt, if you have 24 ships and he has 12, you might still win that. I would actually say you likely still win that. So you can possibly be safe unless you decide to walk around this little pond. Are we recording? Yes, we are recording. How's your trade? Your trade's scuffed. So right now you have a lot of control in Aleppo. And you're steering all that into Constantinople so Bulgaria can take the money. This merchant does basically nothing. So yeah, move this merchant to collect here. Or maybe move this merchant and steer from Alexandria because you actually got a lot of land down there now. No trade centers though. Yeah, I think, and you also not want, like, if you're going bankrupt anyway, you might as well want these guys and get some mana out of them and yearly corruption. So that when you come out of bankruptcy, you don't have any corruption, or lesser amount of corruption. Is Zaporizhia played? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's take Novgorod. So Novgorod, as far as I know, he only fought a bit against me in Denmark, but other than that, he's just stealing. He's got quantity ideas. I don't think quantity ideas are the best ideas, but however, that policy with trade ideas makes you insane amounts of money with 15% goods produced, and trade just makes money. So it's not a horrible choice. It's not the choice I've made. Also, the states. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. This is the Skanderbeg. You can see total mana generated. I'm on Denmark, then there's a guy in Styria, and then Zaporizhia. Zaporizhia must be a player. Yes, it is a player. Like, these guys likely fucking take the privileges. These guys don't. I don't know where you are on this list, but you sure hell ain't at the top. Yeah, you're at the very bottom, and why is that? Because you're not getting 50 PP. You are not having advisors. Yeah, not having advisors doesn't have this. Then your ruler RNG can be whatever. But look at this. We have this rated average monarch. It doesn't really work yet because we don't have enough monarchs. But you are missing out on so much mana. So we've played, let's see, we've played 28 years. So 28 times 12 times 3 because there's 3 different advisors. So that's 1k mana more you could have had by giving away these privileges. And if you also factor in that you have not been running a Diplo advisor, you could have had 1300 more mana. Like, my dude. You are also not vassal feeding, which means you're coring everything yourself. I mean, you're okay to do that because you're going mill first. You should definitely be focusing mill to get the mill ideas done. Also the states. Dude, there's so many bonuses in it. Yearly patriarch authority. That would be nice. You have 0 patriarch authority. You could get construction costs, you could get discipline, you could get so much good stuff, but no, you didn't give anything to the states. Oh no. I mean, decent control over this. Wait, who's actually yanking all the money? Ah, the Russian miners here. Are they... Yeah, just go and vassalize Muscovy and feed them this shit and then integrate them later. And steer trade from them. There's so much trade you ain't getting here. Yeah, just go kill this instead of going into the Baltic Sea because Baltic Sea gives you jack shit. Solidify your Novgorod node. It's one of the best nodes in the game. And White Sea even flows into it in this mod. Like, what are you doing in Baltics? I don't know. Going on a drunk military operation or something. I wouldn't do that. Yeah. What the hell? Also, you can go and kill Perm, get some get a claim going, and then get some PP out of it. Okay, let's go to Zaporizhia, which looks to be in a better spot on the mana generated department. He's going horde ideas. He is Sigrada, and he gets 3 states, but he doesn't get the mana from them. Why he's got so much mana is because he likely waste provinces, right? He can do that. Yeah, he can waste provinces. 35% cavalry, and you should only be running full cav at this point. There's no reason, like the 5% doesn't matter. It would be nice to get it, but yeah, you should just be running full cav. And you don't even have this bonus. I guess it's not gonna matter at this late stage. You're going horde ideas, really good. You are up to date on tech, yes. Okay, guys, this nation is doing better than everyone else I've looked at. Zaporizhia, it's gonna be the big winner here. Like, it's doing so well compared to all the other guys. Its income is jack shit, but that's until kills Novgorod and get a good node. You have 35% cav compatibility. It's just gonna melt everyone around you. Like, it's so strong. It's not even. But he's not running advisors, and he's not getting the mana privileges. I mean, is it gonna scale it when? Well, my dude, run those advisors, run those mana privileges. You have the Crownland to give out. I mean, expansion's been a bit slow, right? Yeah. Could expand more. Did do any vassal? Didn't do any vassal feeding. So yeah, this nation looks great, but Black's advisors lack mana privileges, and then there's no vassal feeding, so you don't spend your admin. But yeah, and already 4 ideas in. Getting this CCA was just gonna get him to 50%. No, 60% CCA. He's just gonna melt everyone. He got like 5 for 1 at this point. This nation's gonna be so fucking strong. Okay, what else? He doesn't have full stated. You should full state. You can't decrease autonomy while at war, and then you take a big chunk of this, raise it, and maybe feed it to a vassal. But your admin is doing fine anyway because you've been raising. But then again, your dip was even better. So Zaporizhia has some mana mistakes, and he also not above 50 PP, but definitely a strong. Like, his military right now is insane. Be running advisors. You have a shitty ruler. You make him a general. He is a general. Great. You are getting the mana. Yes, these are better looking estate, but still not filled out with good stuff. Shitty income because, well, Novgorod cocked you off the fucking Baltic Sea trade node, which it just means you're gonna be poor forever. Yeah, this nation is a dumpster. Like, it's so behind on tech. It doesn't make any money because it doesn't have the bonuses of this have. Like, you are missing the 2 and 3 and have got already, yeah. So you could basically be having better share of this node, way better share, but instead, stupid Russia made an enemy of himself by going in here. Because why would he do that? I don't know, but yeah. You have a lot to convert, might as well take. You have a lot of Crownland as well. So what I would do is sell, and I would take religious. No, don't take that one. Take the religious culture and enforce unity of faith, and now you convert these at half the time, and then you can even put on the missionaries doing fear, and now it go down to 16 days. And then if you also get an advisor, which you don't have, you have the religious unity, which I guess is fine. Yeah, you definitely need to go up and take this. Like, you're just gonna be an irrelevant nation at this point because you don't have the Baltic Sea. So let's look at what Sweden is doing. Getting the mana, that's great to see. Having advisors, good ruler. Almost up to taking Miltech. I don't know where you would be drilling your armies. Rather save that money. Because you dock jack shit poor. Also, you have an enemy called Novgorod because he took also your Baltic Sea trade node. Like, you have 21% control. it's really, really bad. Lithuania has a lot, and Novgorod just took Riga. And I mean, Estonia is still independent, but Novgorod seems to be in here. You may have Denmark to kill because Denmark is pretty dead. I played Denmark and I fought a few player wars. You don't have any manpower. How is your institution looking? Yeah, you're almost getting it. So what I would do would be to save up your mana right now, sell some titles, and then when it becomes available enough for it in Stockholm, then embrace it. I think you should have not development in there. Don't have you. Don't improve Dallasgården. This is a flat modifier. It doesn't increase if you increase production. Don't improve Dallasgården. It's the monument gets flat bonuses. Doesn't get percent increases. Just don't improve it for needless reason. Also, you could reduce autonomy because your average autonomy. 8. That can't be right. What? You can't have 12% average autonomy with everything having this high autonomy, right? Where is it there? Maybe. You're improving relations with the Pope. That's likely correct. Should also summon the Diet. Take whatever you can do, and then maybe give a few more privileges away. But do keep one open in Burgos. 10% tax and construction cost on demand. This one is also good. State maintenance, interest per annum. So any loans you have is going to be way cheaper. You can take way more loans. Okay, let's look at my own dumpster fire of a nation. I had to fight 5 people. So yeah, what are we doing? We are going bankrupt. I'm at 11 corruption. I have killed 3 people in North Germany. And this is my second bankruptcy. I managed to get the the ideas. See, I haven't really filled out my my clergy. But other than that, I like my nobility, and I took a state statutory right because my average autonomy was so fucked after death warring. I could get this, but I don't have any temples right now. I'm likely getting that, and then I likely had enforced unity of faith, which went away because it converted everything, and now I've got new stuff to convert. Maybe I should delete the Copenhagen fort. It doesn't really do anything unless people will naval toll me. Maybe they will. If I fight fort wars. Did a lot of vassal feeding into Germany. But yeah, I'm gonna die to this coalition anyway. Of stupid AI countries. I mean, most of them are in coalition with Holland. I don't know, I'm likely dead. Maybe not even gonna return to the country. On the second bankruptcy of the States, like 30 years in. Yeah. Not really looking too great. Styria, consultancies. Yeah, I like these estates. You're running great advisors, great king, great heir. And that's the reason you're up to date on ideas. You could possibly sell on these. I don't think your trade setup is particularly good. You have 16% control in Vienna. Also, your capital is Vienna. You could be running, but basically edicts are basically free because your capital state doesn't really cost anything to maintain. Actually, where do you see this? State income. So it's way cheaper than anything else to maintain. So just run an edict in here, local trade power, and that should increase your trade share in Vienna by a bit. Then you need to go into Bavaria to get more. You have not been vassal feeding, I think that's a mistake, but anyway, you're capping on AE, so anything you have to do. Also, as Denmark, I took all of this over here. This is my vassals. I guess you just go in and solidify the pest node and then collect there instead. This Magus doesn't seem played. Also, you might have a bit too many forts, although they're all on defensive terrain except this one down here. So yeah, maybe delete this one down here. Okay, let's look at Bulgaria. Decent income, because Seljuk is giving you money by funneling stuff into this. Blockaded home ports. It's gonna help when you kill these guys, and then eventually migrate into Venice. You have vassal fed bit. Yeah, you have Moldavia, and yeah, this is really good to see. You're running advisors, and your states are nice and happy. Yes, this is defensive. I mean, this is straight. This fort might be irrelevant since Byzantium is basically dead. So, but then again, it protects a bit from the north. And of course, you can't beat the Venetian fleet. Venice is a player, I guess, maybe. 15 loans. I think it might have been a mistake to not have expansion acceleratory here. You're not realistically going to be fighting a lot of Orthodox nations from this point onward. Yeah, this is not too much, like this country's looking well. So, like, is Venice dead? I don't know. Doesn't look dead to me. Definitely not dead. He's going all in for this. And this is Marsh province, right? Yeah. So get morale and go in here and with everything I have, and you could possibly smash him. Doesn't really help you. You can instantly get 5% more morale of armies. You can get 10% morale of armies from here, and 5% morale of armies from here. So you can go from 3.5% to, let's see, 3.8%. You can go from 3.5% to 4 morale, 3.5 to 4 morale, just by doing those interactions. You have a discipline advice. I also think you should be running. Maybe this guy, whatever. So yeah, you can get more from that. Also, you're filling. Oh no, you're going trade, my dude. You don't do that. Then you just get killed. Because other people have better military, because he has rent quality, so if he has ICA on you. But yeah, wait for a few ticks of reinforcements, then go in on the Bulgarian stack here, and you could wipe them, especially if you get the... Oh, you can get even more here. That doesn't apply until the month tick, but it's 5%, so it's like 4.2%, and it went from 3.5%. And Bulgaria has 4, so basically you went from a morale disadvantage to a morale advantage on Bulgaria just by doing those 3 interactions, because this doesn't apply yet. So you're gaining so much more morale of armies. You're up to date on tech. Bulgaria is also up to date on tech. Yeah, so basically do that, my good dude, and then you can win this. Is there anything in here that can give him military bonuses? Holy Alliance, protect Jerusalem. I mean, that's basically... I mean, you have to... Jerusalem needs to exist. And these missions are not great designed, because it seems like they're gonna be locking out of certain nations. This is your vassal or something, right? Yeah, nice to see the vassal feeding. Also, you had the mana, didn't you? No, you in fact do not have the mana. So yeah, this is more mana you could be having instantly. You have an ability and officer core, that's great, but you don't have control over monetary policy. Yeah. Also, you can summon the diet. Popman seems dead. Is there anyone in Italy even? Italy might be vacant. What do you know as a player? Let's look at him. Tag Jin. Your burghers are unhappy, that's not ideal, but They're stacked, so can't really do much about that. Decent income, you're running advisors, you're Republic Gaming. I mean, yeah, you're capping on AE. Doesn't look like expanding too much, but I guess you took Pisa. That's a lot. Yeah, looks decent. Went quality first, like he should. Yeah, not much to say here. Maybe he should have upgraded the devices a bit, but other than that, looks fine. Honestly. Yeah, not too many comments about that. Taxrabia. You're not running an advice, you should be doing that. You are getting the 2 mana, you should be getting the 3rd one ideally. Your income is stuck shit. Yeah, you need to go north into Vineland node here. This is where you make your money. I don't know what land you started with. You started with this. So you actually started in the Vienna node, but you need to migrate into the Vineland node, I think, because you're never gonna compete with this area. So yeah, you're a small weak nation. And you're behind. Also, you're paying for a fort here that doesn't really do anything. And you have a very small army. And you're not capping an A in the HOE, so yeah, whatever, this nation is useless. Saxony sitting on corruption, we don't do that here. The worst income yet. Estates, you're getting the mana, that's great to see, you can get more bonuses from these, but you do you. You can sell and seize, get some money. Of course you want Denmark to die so you can get the Lübeck node, because else you're gonna be poor forever. You're not running advisors. You also went bankrupt at one point, you have 2 loans right now, that's not an issue. Yeah. You are not that strong. Also you're not capping on AE while you're in the HAV. There's like Normark you can go kill, there's Thuringia, there's Oldenburg, there's Bremen, there's Tecklenburg. A lot of things you can go and kill to expand yourself. But you didn't do that. Why? I don't know. But you should do that. Also you're paying for your armies while... For what reason? Like at least you can either do this to reduce your unrest. Look, go away. They're both going away. And then when it's full go away, you can make money. And then you can run to your advisors so you get more monarch points. Let's look at Holland. Yeah, he's got a collision. Maybe he's gonna die to it. Get the France alliance, might save him. You could be getting more stuff from these. You're not getting the admin mana, and you're not getting the dip mana, which are mistakes in my opinion. Yeah, this looks decent. You went Explo. I mean, do you have a suicide wish? As Holland, you don't go Explo. Also, you're drilling your armies. Like, what is that gonna do? Even now, drilling is heavily nerfed with this being... Like, don't drill your armies, just make money instead. And if you're afraid of the coalition, well, you have enough money to build your force limit higher because you're not drilling your army. I don't know, but why would you go Explo? It's so dumb, you're just gonna die. Your military is gonna be so weak. Anyway, horrible control over the English channel. Because you didn't take Brabant, but I guess you're capping an AE, so I guess that's a fair assessment. You also could get Friesland. Friesland is your vassal. That's very beautiful to see that you're vassal feeding. Right now, Friesland does have a truce with you for 8 more years, so you could be taking the money from them by enabling direct trade. But other than that, this looks decent-ish. Just don't go explore, my dude. England's also going Explo, which is a bit better for him because he's safe on his island. I still wouldn't go Explo first, I would go quality Explo, but you do you. You're getting 2 of the out of 3 mana. You could definitely do more to make your estates happy. Like, controller, actually he doesn't have supremacy of the crown. Okay, fair enough. There's still other stuff you can give in here. I haven't seen a single monopoly yet. I must give you that, guys. That's great. Running decent advisors, you are making ish money here. Kill those rebels. You have fleet mothball as England. I mean, that's very brave. Right now, France It's a bit busy, but he could make 10 transport ships, land here, have 2 heavies here, 2 heavies here, 2 heavies here, and then you can't contest him, and then when he lands he has a shit ton of mercs. So yeah, I would not mothball my fleet as my heavy fleet as England. I guess you don't need the transports. You're focusing admin while filling a diploid here slot. You don't have the Renaissance yet. See if you can ask someone to sell it to you. Oh, I almost have it. You just need a bit of gold. So just sit on that, you don't need it right now, and then when you need to take it, like see if you can save out this gold, it'll take a few loans so you save the mana. Eventually think about adopting these cultures. We have another extra guy here, yeah. You don't have the Renaissance, and you don't have it anywhere in your nation, so ask somebody to send it to you. You're gonna be dirt poor because North Sea node, you have like a third of it, because it's quite a big node. You also drilling, and you have an army on. I mean that's okay-ish. Don't really think you have the money to afford that, but you not getting mill mana, you're not getting dip mana. We're missing an advisor, and you're drilling your army. I would build a fort in this province because if England ever chooses to invade you, this is very defensible. And I would not drill your army. Okay, let's look at France here, or France, since you formed that. Professional ideas. I mean, professionalism ideas are decent. They scale really well, but from the first things, you only at the 5th idea you start to gain some morale in form of your armor tradition decay. I will get the armor tradition here. This is a backloaded idea, so basically for early game, they are just the worst defensive, because defensive gives you the more of armies off the bat. So they are a worse idea. Late game, they have fertility damage from back row, that's huge, but that's not in the late game. Hence is why I think professionalism ideas are a horrible starter. Quality ideas will give you more, and defensive ideas gives the bonuses you're getting from it in the early game just way faster. You can have those in like after 800 mil instead of after 7 times 4. That's 2,800 mil. You can have the bonuses right off the bat. You're running advisors. Where's your trade located? It's here. And here, I think you should definitely collect here. Collect in this. Right now you're steering money out of the Gascony node into Champagne just for other people to steer it away. You have your fleet mothball, I don't really care. Galley flagship is kind of weird. You have a massive cavalry here, but you're not capping on manpower, so just leave that be. If you do any vessel feeding, yeah, some decent. Should maybe do some more, but you are up to date-ish. Also, can Andalusia walk in here, and then they can walk in here, and walk in here, and walk in here. So you need a fort and four, or how you pronounce that. Also, your land is not stated, so you should definitely vessel feed. Okay, let's see how free gaming Andalusia is doing. You're below 50 PP as number 1 great power. Because you didn't pick your rivals? Like, who cares the fuck if you're rival to the Bulgarian Empire? You'll get above 50 PP this way, I think. Else, if not, send some privateers to rivals. Running advisors 223. You have a shitty ruler, you have a okay-ish air, you are getting mana, yes, that's great to see. And as a reason you've gone explore ideas. I don't think you should do that. Like France, full professionalism ideas, just gonna wipe the floor with you. So you're only saving grace is defensive here. You're struggling for Gopcaf. You can get a lot of money here, which you can invest into your nation. Get more trade example. You should also really take this province off of Morocco and basically vassal feed something down here. You can. Does only have one core. I mean, you could take and release Fez, but what Slemkin? Slemkin has a lot. So try to vassal feed down here because you are struggling with Gov Cap. But yeah, you're doing amazing mana because you have spent nothing else. You have the global settle increase, but I don't think it's worth you. I just don't think you're doing the correct choice by going X-Flow. Basically, I think Galicia has a colonist in its national ideas, so you could have vassalized Galicia and had it colonized for you. But great income, that's free gaming for you. Doesn't have to be anything played down here. If it was, it's dead. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed it.